10 seconds
got
remaining.
Invictus Gaming versus Eclipse as our first matchup.
5
all that
seconds
don't know,
remaining.
30. And for all these teams involved, and there are a lot of teams involved in this tournament, this will be the first time we're actually seeing IG playing so far in the group stage. They haven't actually played one game up until now, so here we are. Eclipse, however, they have played a few themselves. Fortunately, their results have but mostly been draws for their side of. So we'll see how they can bring it back today. But IG, not going to be an easy opponent to have to go up again. Already do see the draft coming out. Silence of Clockwork starting off for IG. Eclipse, they'll go with the Earthshaker and the Lina.
10 seconds remaining.
I do like these openings from both teams. We're not seeing the usual Tiny, Weaver, Necrophos, Ios, all that garbage. They've all been banned out, which is excellent. And rather, we do see the Silencer still, but you get to see a Clockwork, you get to see the Earthshaker, we get to see the Lina. Much more exciting pickups for these two teams. So it looks like we're going to be starting this day off with a bang. Hopefully it all goes well. We'll have to wait out a few bans from either of these teams before we get to see a bit more into this draft, but
Dire team ban.
hopefully all your days are going well
Invictus
as well, or nights for that matter. What part of the world you're in? Yep. Arc Warden taken off by Eclipse.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
More bans. We'll get to see what's coming next. Of course, picks were coming out very fast. Bans, however, taking a bit more time from either of these teams. A lot of these teams as well, they do end up playing with each other a lot. Because they are in that same kind of tier, they do scrim with each other a lot, surely. So this is why you find the banning stage takes so long. Because they do kind of know each other quite well. So they want to get those bans out for the specific matchup against that team. IG, so get rid of that Undying.
Ten seconds remaining.
Their final ban.
5 seconds remaining.
Their reserve time again. Down a bit. Camera options. Again, Eclipse has been drawing a lot. They haven't really won a series yet. So they definitely want to try and get on the board. In their groups, they are currently sitting around that halfway point. You don't want to be around that point because that will mean eventually you have to play in deciders. You don't end up in the top 2. But one win would put them in that top 2, I believe. So, or at the very least, it'll tie them with Neon Esports, who's second right now. First place, we have TNC Predator, who have currently not lost one match, which I suppose is to be expected. They are a tier 1 team. Eclipse still pick that reserve time down.
Dire team pick.
They'll get rid of the TA. Fair enough.
Invictus Gaming's turn to pick.
That Phoenix. They don't want to have that TA in that mid matchup, because that generally does just mean that the TA win that mid lane. Wonder why these heroes are frozen. Why that's happened, but
10 seconds
apparently
remaining.
Eclipse heroes is perfectly fine.
5 seconds remaining.
So we have been seeing a lot of TA coming out this tournament. I don't know the win rate of the hero, but I imagine it is quite high. It feels like he has been winning games quite a lot for teams that pick it up. Rana, though, coming out from IG. This draft is still very open from them. Really don't know who's laning where and what position our heroes will be playing. I think at this point we can only assume the Mirana core. Clockwork, yeah, you assume it's going to be a position 4, but then again, you really don't know yet. Can still be running that off lane. It just isn't very meta.
5 seconds remaining.
Can always try to surprise your opponent with an off lane Clockwork, and it can work out for you if you play it right.
Invictus Gaming's turn to pick.
Maresca has arrived.
They're for a Dark Willow of their own now. This does kind of indicate this should be a core laner. But then again, it could be a core Earthshaker, it could be a core Phoenix, it could even be a core Dark Willow. So Eclipse, they're going for that kind of strategy in this drafting phase where you just have no idea where they're running these heroes and what lanes they're going to be in and what positions. IG, we'll see how they react to this with their own draft. But this is the kind of draft that's very hard to go up against, at least in the draft phase. Because you can't go for those hero matchups that you think will dominate the lane against that particular hero because you don't know which hero it's going to be. So all you can do is just choose heroes that you enjoy, you think is going to work with your own draft, and hope that Eclipse maybe makes a mistake with theirs. IG now. Just out of reserve time themselves. They've still got one ban to go as well.
Faceless Void.
I do like this pick from them. They go straight for that Void. You want to really try and catch out that Phoenix before the egg comes out. Mind you though, if you don't catch the Phoenix, you're going to have that egg going on while your chrono is there. And so you're not going to feel very comfortable to just sit there and right click the whole time. I believe the Void though does have a 100% win rate so far in this tournament. So I really do like the pick. Obviously, you have the arrow as well coming in after that chrono.
Invictus Gaming's turn to ban.
But again, that Phoenix is going to be somewhat scary. Even the Earthshaker and the Dark Willow are going to be quite annoying unless you catch, because the Terrorizer is going to be there. The Earthshaker, he can always just Fisher from range. Lena, she has the Light Strike array, but that's not, that's not a guaranteed stun. But the other 3 heroes definitely could cause a headache for this Void. But see what IG can do with it. Obviously, they've got confidence in their carry play to be able to pull this Void off. And again, it has been doing very well in this tournament. Get rid of the Brood last pick. Now IG, again, 19 seconds reserve time. This is their final pickup. How are they going to finish this off? And where are they running this Mirana? Is it going to be mid? Are they going to choose a mid hero now? I'd assume they would choose one now, but
5 seconds remaining.
Find out very soon.
Dire team pick.
Points away.
Okay, they finish off with the Pangolier. Look, I don't know about this pick, honestly. You've got that Earthshaker with the Fisher, so he can just change the terrain and block the Pango in. Of course, you can use the Shield Crash to try and jump over it, but it's not that easy. I don't see any easy targets to go for.
10 seconds
Rolling
remaining.
Thunder.
You may now select
Now a spec
your heroes.
come out from Eclipse, so they're going to go for that real hard carry. Try to drag this out a bit later on. I don't know, IG, this is an interesting draft. It's either going to work very well or it's going to fall apart very early. They can get a good lead in this game, which they do have the capability to do with draft, and they should be okay, but that is based on getting that good lead. I do feel like if Shining gets out of control in that Spectre late game, sure, you still have the Void with the Chrono, which is always great no matter how long into the game we go, but again, there's the Egg, there's Fisher, still got that Terrorize available. I don't know, IG, we'll see what they can do with this. A lot of pressure. Mr. Doodle over here is just a great name. We'll get into this game one. It should be a very fun one to watch, as most games have been in the APL. Most like this Clockwork as well. See what dogfights can get done on this position for Clockwork. He's actually going to run out as well with only one shared Tango. He does spend most of his gold getting that Windlace, getting that Orb of Venom. So expect some aggression pretty early on, but see some regen coming out on him. Otherwise, he will have to go for an early Fountain again. This does feel somewhat greedy from IG, the way they're playing this out already with their item build. Perhaps the pressure is there, though, from Eclipse's draft.
30 seconds to battle.
On that Phoenix, he does play a very, very good Phoenix. We've seen him playing that a couple times. He always has very nice positioning on the Egg, and it makes it very hard to be able to try and burst it down. Mind you, you do have the Mirana who can leap into position and burst it down with her added attack speed, but again, he has had very good positioning, this Phoenix.
The battle begins.
Alright, Wage just harassing a bit. 2 bounty runes for each team. Nothing too special. Wage actually going for the Fisher block on the enemy creeps. So he's going to push his own creeps way into that tier 1 tower. Or at the very least, Doodle will have to take the wave and try to delay it from hitting that tier 1 early on, but he's going to let it be. So this should eventually push the wave out to the enemy tier 1 tower, in which case Gimme can get the farm. Meanwhile, mid lane, Emo, he's going to drop very early on. YYH
First blood, and you
goes for a great rotation on that Earthshaker, immediately putting that Fisher to use. And as I mentioned, IG, they're the ones who need to have the better start to pull off this draft. Clips going to be providing the aggression early on. Emo, he doesn't actually have the leap yet either, and they know it. Went for that level 1 arrow. The YYH still threatening with his presence. So he will hit level 2 on this wave. There we go. No stun. Fisher comes in again.
Don't burn your fingers.
Top lane. God, just playing around with Iroha. Not allowing the pull to come out from the Dark Willow. Wow, YYH still sitting in that mid lane, but Emo does have the leap now. I highly doubt they can kill him off. Like, they'd have to change those stunts. They'd have to chain those stunts perfectly. And even then, you still don't have enough burst without the Lagoon. Wait. Like dogfights will rotate into that mid lane as well. Actually finds himself a nice haste rune. Emo has no bottle. Maybe that useful towards him. Dogfights. Gonna wait for it. He will get it now, and he's gonna go for a gank attempt. Level 1 battery assault and cogs. Catch someone in that cogs. It is enough if you have another teammate to find a quick pick off. dogfights. Not going to find anybody. They do hug that tier 1 tower at the top lane. Perfectly fine. Meanwhile, YYH again, trying to annoy Emo on this Mirana. Going up in that mid lane, but again, he's not really able to find anybody to pick off.
Dire are scanning.
YYH now. Throwing out a Fisher. On bot lane. Yeah, right, he has the swashbuckle available. So they are going to continue the chase with Shining. Now the Brambles will connect, and he's actually dead. I thought he would have been okay, but he didn't commit the shield crash. He didn't actually have mana for it anyway. Swashbuckle didn't really get him far enough. Gets a bit greedy while that Curse Crown was on top of him, and he pays for it very early on. Well, Ollie, trying to find your gimme on this Phoenix, who's been solo this whole time, and they haven't really been able to kill him off. Mind you, they have stopped his farm from coming in, but the thing with the Phoenix is he really just needs that XP. The farm isn't too important for him. He is getting those levels slowly but surely. Doodle is now 1 level ahead, so he's getting a bit ahead with all those denies he's grabbing, but still, I do think that not shutting down this Phoenix can be problematic. Does have the gold talent at level 10 anyway. He does really need that gold, of course. You always go for that talent, and you'll have it pretty fast. Top lane again, actually. God uses the salve just to survive, but it will be cancelled by Aroa. That Shadow Realm. It was a level 1 Shadow Realm as well, so it wouldn't have found the kill. But God forced the salve up just in case it's a level 2 Shadow Realm. Now, they're going to go again. Time God, again, swashbuckling straight to the tier 1. Will be okay.
Jackpot. Precious bounty.
IG, able to find 3 bounty runes at the 5-minute mark. A very nice pickup for them as well. That does add an extra, pretty much 250 gold net worth to the side of IG. It does matter. In that mid lane, mind you, he was very far behind this laner in terms of farm, so he's been doing well. Bot lane, so they are going after Ollie, and this will be a very easy pick off onto that silencer. Gimme picks that one up, and now he sits at level 4. Mind you, Doodle, he's been sitting at level 5 now. He's almost at that level 6 mark where he will have the chrono up. But my concern still stands. Gimme has been getting too much on this Phoenix in terms of levels. They're not really punishing him for it. YYH now. It's a bit early. Managed to get that arcane rune though. So Emo returns back to the lane. Man. Oh. Gimme could be in trouble here. They have the chrono, but they will not commit it for the Phoenix build. Mind you, YYH was there to help out with the Fisher if necessary, but
Dire's bottom tower
does feel like that could have just been an easy pick-off if they committed that chrono. Mind you, if you don't get it though, he's just going to Icarus dive away, and then you're going to have a chrono off on cooldown for another 2 minutes. But it's going to get caught out. Roll with that curse. Now Cogs comes out. EU goes blind light strike away because of that Cogs and doesn't find it. Now the help is coming in. Boodle. He has that chrono. He wants to commit it on EU. That is the biggest target on the map right now for OG. So the Brambles will come out again onto dogfights, but he'll be fine. It is also a great time to commit that chrono because you know there's no Terrorize available on that Dark Willow yet. Fisher, I mean, it is only level 1. Stun is pretty short. Shining actually managed to find Ollie at bot lane now. Not only that though, he actually avoids the gank at the top lane. So they rotate 3 heroes over trying to find the Spectre, but now the Spectre's at the bot lane just free farming again. So Shining, that was a very nice play from him. And he's at the top of the last hits board. God will rotate over to try and shut this down a bit, but so far it hasn't been great for him in terms of shutting the Spectre down. What item does he go for now? Does he go for the Radiance Rush? Does he try and pick up like a Vanguard and maybe go for a Blade Mail? Find out very soon. He hasn't queued anything up quite yet, but this is that point. Once you've got the Treads and Aquila, that we'll get to see what's up next for him. Shining now. Careful, nice rotation coming in. Doodle has the chrono, will commit it. YYH is there, but he actually walks straight into the chrono. He wanted that enchant totem. Now they'll find it. Laguna Blade as well. Doodle's down. Shining, going to be able to walk out of there, it seems. Last word will not tick him out, and he will just TP immediately back to that fountain.
Dire's middle tower is under
YYH. I was wondering why he walked into the chrono, but he didn't have the Fisher off cooldown. So he walked in preemptively so he could enchant totem and try to avoid this, or try to avoid the void, ironically enough, taking out that Spectre. Again, Eclipse, a very nice play, and now they sit 0 to 5. Really just starting to outplay IG. Mind you, it is of course still anyone's game. It's only a 1k net worth lead right now, but top lane, Dogfights almost gets the Phoenix, but the egg comes out and Dogfights might actually just be dead here. He'll go for the TP attempt, Icarus type Fire Spirits. It's not quite enough, or is it? He gets bloody close, but those Tranquils healing him up in the fountain as well. Dogfights will make it out. But now Iroha, bot lane, should end up dying, and he will. Ollie actually ends up stealing his first bit of int for the game 10 minutes in. They'll come and grab, again, 3 bounty runes for the side of IG. So at the very least, sure, the team fights aren't going well. Gank rotations aren't going well. But at the very least, they're getting more bounty runes on the side of Eclipse. And really, that can add up quite fast. Now the side of Eclipse, have a go with this Void, Doodle. Doodle actually just picking up the TP preemptively. Smoke rotation coming in. Fisher comes out, can they burst him? There's the stun. It should just be enough with the Laguna, and it is. Yagimi will pick that one up for himself. Immediately TP's mid, but there's the arrow coming in, and he has no egg, so he will just drop. Nice play from Emo. Throw that arrow out as soon as he saw the TP. Now Emo will just TP out himself.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Again, he'll start getting some work done on this tier 1 mid tower. Dogfights there to help out as well. And Eclipse, they don't really want to give this tier 1 away. The mid tower is very valuable in terms of map control. But they do end up letting it go down ever since that Phoenix died. And that's really going to help IG out quite a lot. Much easier, you can get the enemy jungle much easier without that tier 1. You got the pathing here. You've also got the pathing up this way.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Going for his Curse Crown, has a Terrorize. Rolling Thunder will come out, and everyone just wants to back out of there now. YYH hugging that shrine, though the Dark Willow not going to be so lucky. God actually getting stuck between the cliff, but he will find the kill. Now YYH about to drop as well. They haven't committed the egg on Yagimi yet either. He'll have to get out of there, but now he's about to drop, it seems. Arrow, Swashbuckle comes in, shield crash as well. Yagimi still trying to juke this out. And they will. This was in trouble, and what had the chance to, at the very least, not get hit by that Pangolier, but he doesn't go for it. And now Dogfight's trying to deny himself, and it looks like he's going to get away with it. In fact, no, iRoller picks it up. Dogfights, he just wanted that denying himself so he could respawn quickly, but unfortunately he gives the kill away. Nevertheless, now Doodle has that chrono up again. That tier 1 top tower is being pushed in by the side of IG. It looks like they should just be able to find this without much congestion. Clips will be very well aware that that chrono is available on that void now.
Middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire are scanning.
Again, there will be no defense.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
No trade either.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Clips won't find anything for giving that tier 1 tower away. As well in that Lina finds himself slightly behind in net worth. Was ahead a few minutes ago, but up that Yule's team. So I believe the courier is bringing out the rest of it, and it is just a win lace he needed. But now he can set up team fights a lot easier.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures
so Emo still pushing in that tier 2 top tower. Realizing nobody's coming to defend, he goes, well, I may as well keep pushing. Now Eclipse, they feel like they need to back off a bit.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The farm on that spec always can jump back in with that haunt if the team fight breaks out. Again, they still know the chrono is available on Doodle. So it is a scary team fight to horn into. He's under the observer ward. This will be an easy pick-off for the side of Eclipse, surely. Picks it up for himself. Stop the push attempt coming in from IG bot lane. In fact, God. A bit of damage from me, but he'll be right. Gets down quite low because of that Icarus dive and Fire Spirit. Right up. And now Pango comes in as well, but there's the Echo and there's the horn in from the spec. They want to get this Pangolier, and they do. Now Dogfights will just be dead. Emo comes in to try and help out, but thinks better of it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This Clockwork pick really hasn't done that much for the side of IG. So after an Earthshaker like that, hitting the hook, committing the Pango. We know the horn's available. What about that one? YYH now, he's going to be getting close to that Blink Dagger. And he needs about 800 gold. Power curve for YYH on that Earthshaker.
Dire's middle tower is under
trying to finish this Battle Fury off, but it is going to be somewhat late on this void. Around the 20-minute Battle Fury. Maybe a bit earlier. Maybe we're looking at the 18, 9-minute, 19-minute mark, but it isn't great timing. So he does get the chrono on this Phoenix, so Terrorize will end up missing. And a nice pick-off coming out from Doodle. Now iRoller. Time Warp. Not going to be on point, but regardless, they should be able to easily find this kill. Gateron comes in. iRoller doesn't really know what to do here, and he will end up falling. Mind you, I don't believe we've seen a Bedlam coming out yet from iRoller. It is a very short cooldown. You may as well just throw it out in that situation. It's only going to be a 30-second cooldown anyway, but
Dire's bottom
Well, IG
tower
pushing tier 2 bot tower now.
structures are fortified.
Clips again, not really in a position to try and defend this. Dogfight's going to keep him busy at top lane. He'll end up falling, but IG, they're not going to be worried about that. They're taking a tier 2 tower. They're more than happy to give away their position for Clockwork.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So with Yagami being back, they don't want to engage any further. They will get out. Meanwhile, Shining, look out the tier 1 mid though. He's in trouble now. Emo jumping around him, making sure that Spectre can't actually right-click him, and he will get away with that kill. Shining does get punished for taking out that tier 1 mid. Speaking of, looking at Shining, it looks like he is going for that Manta build first. It's absolutely fair enough up against that Silencer. Even the Void with that time dilation. Manta can be very effective against these heroes. Does have the gold for it as well. Expect to see that coming out very, very soon. Mind you, this will mean his farm remains slightly slow. That Radiance, it does really help out in terms of farmability, and even in team fights, of course. That blind, really annoying towards heroes like Void and Mirana. Nevertheless, though, he doesn't go for that choice. Now, Clips, they will smoke up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Gimme, who holds the level 1 egg, hasn't actually gotten to the level 2 mark yet. If they can find the Void, it won't really matter too much what the egg is. He will go up the clock, those Global Silence will come out, and now Doodle, he throws the Chrono out straight onto EU. That egg, where is it? He throws the Fire Spirit, that Echo Slam first, and now throws out the egg with YYH with that Echo Slam. They're trying to burst down the egg, and they will get it, though. Shining is here, and the side of IG is starting to fall apart. The Bedlam comes out as well, and Ollie just trying to make a run for it, but they want the Mirana first. Now they've found the Pangolier as well. God, he got a bit greedy with that. It looks like he'll also end up falling. And YYH gonna follow him. God, nice swashbuckle TP away, and YYH actually cannot find him. Shining, for some reason, gives up on that kill. But that Spectral Dagger could have thrown it out blind and found the Pangolier, but I guess YYH, he thought the Earthshaker could take care of it. But YYH didn't have the Fissure available anyway, so he couldn't do it. Nevertheless, a good team fight coming up from Eclipse.
Precious bounty.
That Chrono was expended from Doodle as well, so that's going to be on cooldown for the next 70 seconds. Actually, you finding God at the top lane.
And it's off.
Dogfight's going to get caught out by that Icarus dive. Gets locked in. Use the comms, but it won't matter too much. Bedlam's there with the Fissure. Iroh finds himself another Clockwork kill. So 11 to 16, the net worth still remains the same. So if you are IG, your main concern is the Spectre, who is at the top of the net worth board and is going into that Diffusal Blade next. So he is getting to that point where he gets very, very scary. Shining, he went for that kind of battle build where he wants to fight very early on. So IG, they have to watch themselves while getting aggressive with their own heroes, because you know that that Spectre is always going to haunt in, and he will be ready to fight with these items. Little now has that Battle Fury. We'll go for the BKB next. Mirana as well has that Maelstrom BKB herself, able to dish out quite a bit of damage. That BKB will be very useful the next team fight, but he didn't have it in that last one. He does it at a 10-second BKB, chucks it there now. Moonlight Shadow comes down. Gimme is the obvious target in the mid lane, though he does have Icarus dive. Dogfights needs to get the battery sold out, and he will go for the hook. Now Arrow as well, and the Phoenix is just dead. Terrorize not being committed to try and help out, though EU may find the return kill. Now Terrorize is committed.
Top tower is under attack.
They will not get the kill to the Clockwork, though. Perhaps a bit of miscommunication from Eclipse. This will mean IG, knowing the Phoenix is down, feels safe to go for the Roshan play. Roshan getting taken down very fast. My Wage does have the Echo. Now the Haunt will scout out for them, and it looks like IG aren't interested. The Haunted as well, Shining, he wants to find EU. They will find the clock. Can they Laguna? Yes, they can. Chrono is available throughout all this, mind you. Haunt has already been expended, but the Roshan will be left alone at about 1/3 HP. Global Silence hasn't been committed quite yet from Ollie. He holds on to it. Smoke comes in. They're going to try and just sneak the Roshan. It looks like they actually are. So, Eclipse, they're not going to fall for it. They will scout this out with the Brambles. Gimme is there. The Roshan is falling low. Now Icarus start giving them more vision. How do you get into this team fight though? Rolling Thunder committed. Rocket Flare goes out from the clock to scout out, and they're not actually going to try and fight at all. Your Haunt's already down. I mean, yeah, you have the Phoenix Egg, but that Chrono is way too intimidating. They don't even bother with it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Top lane Iroha.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Finds
attack.
himself in trouble. He just doesn't know it yet. That's my shadow. What? Actually, this is the Cogs. Hookshot will connect though. Very easy cook off surely on Iroha. Like Gimme will start pushing that bot T1 tower in, but the Phoenix after all, it's a slow push for him. He'll be able to find it eventually because there's no real defense coming in. Although, as I say, that Doodle is there with the Chrono. Will protect the Tier 1. Meanwhile, the Tier 2 top is being taken down by IG. Doodle as well will deny the Tier 1, so he won't give that gold away to Eclipse. Nice play from him.
Amazing what you'll find.
And IG, they're just allowed to take this Tier 2 tower as well. I mean, I realize Emo, he holds the Aegis, so it's not a great fight to go into, but don't want to give too much map control away to IG. Like, yeah, they don't go that great late game against your draft, but then again, they still have a Void. A well-placed Chrono can get the job done up against a late game Spectre.
More fuel for my fire.
Now Doodle, he does have the BKB up, and that is a 10-second BKB charge as well. EU gonna go to the bot lane. Emo, yes, yes he will. Laguna is there. Global Silence being committed, and Emo actually jumps straight in. He wants to try and man fight this. Aegis win, going Rolling Thunder. They will get the kill on EU. So EU trading his life. Excuse me, Doodle making the chase. Arrow will not connect. Chrono is available, and he will commit it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Very easy Phoenix kill for them. So again, 2 calls for the side of Eclipse going down.
Invisibility.
I wouldn't go as far as saying it's worthwhile for that Lina to give her life away for just an Aegis. Especially if you're losing the core Phoenix as well. And mind you, Yagimi is falling very behind on this Phoenix. Still level 13. Net worth still at the 6.7k mark. He really only has a Shiver's Guard available. Look at the comparison to the Pangolier. He's got almost 2k net worth more. Now mid lane, they jump on the Phoenix. Excuse me, the Mirana. They will find that pick off onto Emo. And now they go straight up to dogfights on the Clockwork. We'll find him. Meanwhile, who else are they chasing? It will be Doodle. There's no TP cancellation though, but the damage will be enough. Gimme finds a pick off onto that Void, and 3 men go down for IG. Great engagement for Eclipse, and now they'll move forward for a Tier 2 mid tower of their own. We need to wait for that creep wave. Shining, he actually decides to skip the Diffusal Blade and go straight for that Radiance. And I gotta say, I do agree with that pickup. Like, if you have the gold for it, that Radiance is going to be more useful to your team this game than it is going to be to have a Diffusal Blade.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So Shining will walk away. Mid tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Into 20 now. Net worth going the way of Eclipse by 2k. Really isn't much. 28-minute mark anyway. Still though, again, thing with IG is they've got to be afraid of this Spectre who's going for that heart next. And I mean, we all know what happens when that Heart of Tarrasque comes out of the Spectre. It becomes seemingly impossible to kill her. Like, she's just so damn tanky. The IG, they will smoke up. They're going to try and make some sort of play. But unfortunately for them, they get scanned out around this area. YYH backed off, but now he gets hookshot. I don't know why he ran back into the lane once they scanned them out, but he will end up losing his life because of this.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That Earthshaker even more now.
Dire's middle tower.
Tier 2 goes down because of it. Like Eclipse, they start pushing at that Tier 2 bot tower. For a pick off. Iroha, get there with that Terrorize. Just stands there for the moment. Yules comes out. They engage. Yes, they will. That BKB committed from Doodle. I believe that is also a 10-second charge. He'll commit the chrono for this Dark Willow, but they're not going to mind this. That is well worth it for Eclipse. Yeah, it was a 10-second charge as well. God, now, going to be in trouble. There's no chrono, no BKB. Why the hell not jump in? There is a Yules, though, on the Pango. Dogfight's trying to help Mount Phoenix. Egg comes out as well. The Haunt will find the Pangolier, and Dogfights is going to be in trouble. So he does go in because they have a dust available, and Dogfights will end up going down. As I said, Iroha dying on that Dark Willow. You got the 10-second BKB charge and you got that chrono on cooldown. You are a very happy Dark Willow. Do not care about your death.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Running so close to getting that Reaver up. About 200 gold.
Denied.
They're really starting to take over this game. Get up this Roshan, though it will be a minute till we find out where it's going to be. It'll already trying to go for that Silver Edge to have the break against the Spectre. And of course, you certainly are going to need it because this game is going way too late for IG. The Edge. A lot easier to pick off that Spectre once you got him in the chrono, but see how long the Silver Edge takes.
Radiant's
More
top
items to pick
tower
up.
is under attack. Radiant structures are
Needs
falling.
about 2.7k gold to finish it off. Mid lane, gonna go for the Silencer. Very nice pick up for him, and now they go for even more in gold. Though the Rolling Thunder does come out. Can't really hold him in place like this now. Doodle, chrono committed. It's only on the Phoenix. Light Strike away. Will miss the Void. The Fisher comes in and also misses. So they'll lose your gimme. They'll know the chrono is on cooldown. Looks like Iroha immediately pushing out that top tier 2 tower. They're still fighting while all this is happening. YYH commits the Echo Slam. EU committing his own BKB, but he is in big trouble. They do find him. The Yules is there. Yuke goes invis on the TP. A very nice way to get out. The arrow was actually blocked off by Emo as well. There was a few creeps there, so he couldn't actually get the arrow off while Belina was invis. And meanwhile, the tier 2 top tower, it ends up dropping to that double siege creep. So again, you lose your Phoenix, but it does seem well worth it. Get it, tier 2 tower out of it, get some BKB wastage, and you get that chrono on cooldown. Does feel like things are going to change though once this Silver Edge is available on this Void. Doodle, he has to really try and catch the Spectre out. And again, you've still got that Terrorize and the Fissure and the Phoenix Egg to worry about. More smoke as well from Eclipse. Roshan is available, by the way. This is a perfectly timed smoke coming out. The Emo will break it. They do drop the Obs Ward. Fortunately, it's like side of IG are very well aware of what's going on. The Fissure comes in and now Hookshot actually misses. Global Silence will protect him for the moment and YYH will end up falling. Now they do haunt in. Who are they going for? They're still going after Emo by the looks of it. Now Rolling Thunder comes in onto Gods though. Trying to drag them back a bit. Shining will make the decision to go. So EU looking for a way to get back into this team fight. The Chrono is available. Yule's used, and that will delay things for just a bit though. EU is still in massive trouble. Now the Terrorize comes out for 3 heroes, and the Egg comes in. But it's too late. They've already lost their Lina. Look at this IG. They smell blood in the water and they look for more. Jules comes in onto the Spec. Shining gonna turn around there, wants to fight this. No Egg available though. Is this really the team fight they want? Bedlam committed as well. Meanwhile, Doodle trying to go after Yagimi in the back lines. They found at the very least to start Willow Iroha. He will end up falling. So IG punish the side of Eclipse just a bit more. That Roshan again is available, so there's never a better time than the present for the side of IG to get in there now. Looks like that's what they'll do. Hookshot as well from Dogfight. Very nice one at that. Yagimi, he is trapped in there. So now we're missing a Phoenix as well in this Roche fight. He has no buyback available. Doodle will get started immediately on the side of IG. Still at the edge, also up. Like you saw Shiny, he had that heart, but with the Silver Edge available now on Doodle, if he can catch that Spectre out in the Chrono, he may be able to deal enough damage to jump with Emo on that Mirana.
Cannot stop us.
Emo will pick up the Aegis for himself. Bot lane, who have they found? It is Dogfights. This should be an easy pick-off, but Dogfights actually a lot tankier than expected. He does have the pipe, and that magic resistance actually paying off quite a lot.
Boom! There it goes.
IG Laguna Blade, not that high of a cooldown anyway, so they won't mind too much, but it's definitely not very motivating seeing that you can't even fill off the position for Clockwork with 2 heroes. The 23, a very, very even game, 36 minutes in. 3k net worth lead for the side of IG though. Again, the later this goes on, you would assume it goes the Spectre's way, but Doodle, he's been playing a pretty nice Void. That Silver Edge, a lot of the advantage Spectre has suddenly disappeared. KB now coming out on EU. Missed during that Radiance blind, but as well as that, never mind the Radiance, it looks like he's just getting ready for the butterflies that should come out of IG. Mind you though, nobody has actually queued one up yet. For the moment, that MKB just going to add that additional damage.
Incoming!
IG, they do have a smoke in the backpack of Ollie. Go for a smoke attempt quite yet. It does seem like they'll just commit the Moonlight Shadow. Nobody really is sitting in that bot lane. Gimme, he'll just continue to push out this bot lane. Like Emo, though, is going to go for a gank attempt on this Phoenix Life, and this should be a very easy pick-off to get. It's the arrow, which he actually doesn't, but the hook shot comes in from Dogfights.
Nicely done.
With that, IG, they may just want to keep going for a team fight. Chrono is available on the Void. You have that smoke up again on this silencer, and he has got it ready to go.
Salamene smiles upon me.
Oh, he's under a sentry. Doodle commits the Chrono, but Iroha is there with the Yule Scepter. Terrorize is also available, though. EU copping way too much damage. Can they burst him down? Yes, they can. Now he goes for more, although Doodle just going to farm a neutral camp right now. Couldn't find the Dark Willow. Deep. Void very, very well.
Giants are scanning.
That they may just go for a tier 3 mid tower, though Doodle, he does get scanned out. Sentry's been dropped as well. He doesn't know this yet, and now he does. Can they burst him down, though? Global Silence comes out to stop everything coming in onto Doodle. Time dilation. Hookshot actually misses, but Iroha will end up losing his life with that Spirit Vessel. Meanwhile, IG, they give up on that mid push. But they understand they are pulling ahead with this game. Shining now, trying to get a basher up. He is getting kited a lot in these team fights. Perhaps hoping for a lucky bash attempt. The only real lockdown is the Earthshaker, but YYH, not having the greatest time. IG, the aggression comes out from them. They're looking. Somebody on the map. My Shadow will come out again. IG still looking for a target to be able to pick off, but everybody is hiding on the side of Eclipse.
The prize is mine.
Time is money.
They're just going to be focusing on trying to get as many bounty runes as they can. Be able to get 2 out of this map, though. They are scared to go up the high ground of IG, and it looks like IG even pinging out that bounty rune, realizing that some of the Eclipse heroes may be around that area. Right, trying to scout them out with that Invis. Can't find anyone quite yet. Gotta say, it really is a nice game. First game of the day. Skadi now coming out on Shining. Sitting at 3.5k HP, in fact, no, 4.4k, excuse me.
Boom, there it goes.
Satanic, though, coming out on the same token on Emo. And again, that Silver Edge is available on Doodle, so that break is really going to help in making sure they can burst down the Spectre.
Rock it on.
That heart piercer. That armor on the spec does help just a bit more as well. Doodle has the Chrono. Sees Shining, but doesn't want to engage quite yet. Not a matter of just seeing Shining. You've got to see everyone else behind him. When they're missing, team fight, it can be too risky. Well as that, this BKB is getting very low. They've got about 6 seconds now, but he's almost down to that 5-second charge. 9 seconds still available on Emo, though. Last couple seconds on that BKB, they really do matter, because again, once that Chrono comes out, he's still got that Terrorize, you've still got the Fisher, got that Egg available as well. You've got a lot to worry about. lane. Shining again, showing himself, but he does have plenty of support behind him. Smoke comes out. Side of Eclipse, they don't know about this, but they will break it immediately thanks to Dogfight. There come the pings. They'll back off until the smoke is over. Actually goes out. They've called the Spectre. Can they burst him down though? He's taking a fair bit of damage, but that Sunray healing him up throughout all this. And now you give me, where's he going to egg? He's going to do it right in the middle of everyone though. They will be able to burst this down. Meanwhile, the Spectre is still stuck and Dogfight's hooked onto him, but Doodle is already down. They still can't burst down Shining. He will eventually go. Now YYH comes in with that Echo, but it's not great. Emo turns it around, goes after the Earthshaker as well. So many buybacks coming up outside of Eclipse, and Emo on an Ultra kill. And that'll be it. As soon as they see those 3 buybacks, they go, thank you very much. We'll back off now. Wait for that Void to be back up. Wait for the Chrono to be available, and then just go back in. As well as that, you see them pinging out that Roshan. It will be back up in 2.5 minutes, so it's still a while away, but you've got a nice little double damage rune sitting there waiting to be taken. Dogfight's going to scout it out, pinging it quickly because they've only got about 10 seconds to grab it. So Emo will be able to make it in time.
Double shadows take us.
My Shadow now comes in again. Trying to find those pickoffs, getting ready for that high ground push. Eclipse. I mean, the Spectre took so long to go down, but they just couldn't save her in the end. Dogfight's coming in clutch with that hook shot as well, making sure she couldn't just get out. I do believe the Fisher actually worked against them because it did look like the Spectre was just blocking in.
Salamene smiles upon me.
And it's off.
Vanish.
Get caught out. Rolling Thunder will connect with the hook shot as well. This is a big kickoff again for IG, and they'll find it. EU. Iroha as well. Enough now. MKB, that butterfly next, but he wants that additional damage throughout this next team fight. They're going to start the high ground siege. Roshan still 20 seconds away from respawning as well. There's no other objective for them to take apart from Prime. And Emo gets slotted. Slow siege for them so far in that tier 3 mid tower. Chrono still available on Doodle. Their target is just sitting there waiting, but the Phoenix in the background does scare them just a bit. Seems like they really just want this tier 3 tower. They probably may not even go for the racks afterwards. They might just play it safe. Surprisingly enough, they back off. They see the Roshan's probably up, and they get in there, and they'd rather take the Aegis cheese and the Refresher shard, which is absolutely fair enough. In fact, actually, in Moonlight Shadow, they want to go back in. Kimmy, he's out of position right now. In fact, Shining is very far forward. If they get a Chrono on him where he is, that could be very, very bad for him. That Spirit Vessel already doing a fair bit of damage. So, IG, a bit of hesitation. Shining keeps moving forward. This kind of does indicate that it looks like Eclipse want to go for a team fight. IG, perhaps not realizing that Shining was alone for quite a while. Now Dogfight's going to scan them out of this Roshan. It's not going to be given for free. The Phoenix scouts for that with the Icarus dive. Now the Egg as well. They're going in there. It looks like the side of Eclipse. They will be able to win this engagement out just a bit. No kills going down, but they do force IG back for the moment. But where's the Chrono? Doodle still holding on to it. Shining, moving forward again. Emo will be keeping up. Now the chrono not available quite yet. He doesn't use it, and now he does. He's caught dogfights in there as well. There's the Sunray as well, healing up the Spectre, but the arrow comes in. He's getting bursted down, and it looks like Shining is gone, and now the Echo comes in. YYH, it wasn't great though. Yagami trying to move forward. Olive is falling low, and Shining ball back throughout all this and haunts in, and Emo, he'll end up falling. He'll buy back as well. Dogfight still in the middle of all this, just trying to get the hell out of there. Just juking around them for the moment. Meanwhile, YYH trying to take down this Pangolier. Here comes Doodle again though. No chrono this time around. Arrows will connect on the Spectre. Can they burst it down for a dieback? The Silver Edge was used as well. And it looks like Shining, he will actually manage to get the kill and get the hell out of there. He's still alive throughout all this. But the swashbuckle, it won't be enough.
I like how this one feels.
Shining somehow escapes. The buyback came in from the Void. He wasn't quite quick enough, and now they're going straight for that Roshan. The Shrine has been committed. Meanwhile, the Pangolier trying to keep them at bay, but Shining knows what's going on, but the Roshan's already taken. And now they want to go again. The Refresher Shard is available. He does commit it, and he goes for the chrono. It's on 3 as well. They should be able to burst down Shining on that Spectre. This is a dieback on him, and he's gone. They've gotten 3 of them. This could just be GG. Eclipse, they're going to lose their Phoenix as well. Yagami, slowly but surely, will end up falling on this Firebird. The sad trombone coming up from Emo. Although I'm sure he's very, very happy with himself.
Dire's top tower is under
And if you're on the side of IG right now, I think you just go straight for the tier 4s after a tier 3 tower.
Is under attack.
They call GG anyway, Eclipse. They don't want to contest this any longer. They realize it's over. So IG, their first game of the whole tournament, they will take another epic fashion. And what a game to start the day. It was absolutely fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back in just a moment for game number 2. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Hopefully it won't be too long for game number 2. Again, we'll be right back. Please stick around.